Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager 2020 beta with Manchester United. And against my decision in last episode where I said I'm going to go straight through to the Brighton game, I've decided no, we're going to play some pre-season with you guys and I'm going to let you see my transfer dealings and what I'm trying to plan for this Man United side. First of all, though, thank you ever so much for the fantastic feedback you left me on that first episode yesterday. That was really, really nice of you, and it was really nice, very encouraging, so thank you ever so much for that. It looks like you're really going to be enjoying this beta save with me and all the plans that I've got for FM20. I'll release some more detailed video with my plans for FM20 over the weekend. There's a lot of them, so there's definitely something for everyone out there. But thank you very much for your initial feedback and support on these first few Football Manager 2020 videos. Remember as well, we have got the hashtag 20k by 2020, which is kind of what I'm officially calling it / unofficially calling it. I'm not entirely sure, but I want to get to 20,000 subscribers by 2020, January the 1st, 2020. I need your help to do that by sharing the video around with your friends, telling people to subscribe, getting involved basically with the comment section, liking the video. All that stuff helps the YouTube algorithm as well. So get involved with it. Help me get to 20,000 subscribers by 2020. And at every 1,000 subscriber milestone, I'll be giving away a copy of Football Manager 20. The first giveaway, which is going to be going out at 13,000 subscribers. To enter that, you can go via the link in the description. There's a few ways to enter down there. So get involved with that. And you could be walking away with a copy of Football Manager 2020 very soon. If we get to 13,000 subscribers, the first milestone very soon, the first giveaway is going to be right around the corner. Anyway, jumping into today's episode, I want to talk about tactics a little bit and transfers and things like that with you. So I've already put a few feelers out there for some players that I think might be interested in coming to Manchester United. Now, first of all, Bruno Fernandes. We bid £39 million for Bruno Fernandes. He's a midfielder that was heavily linked with Manchester United over summer. And Sporting have come back to us and said, you can have him, but you can have him for £62 million, which is a lot of money. And I'm not prepared to accept that yet. I'm going to leave that on the table for now, because if other players reject us, then we might come back to Bruno Fernandes for £62 million. But we'll leave that page for now. If we go back to further down the list, Hakim Ziyech. Now, I think I want to get him into the club. He's a very good attacking midfielder, and I think we've not unlocked it yet because we've not probably scouted him, but I think he has got a very low minimum fee release clause for a player of his quality, which is around the £25 million mark. So that's what we've bid in for him. We also went in for James Rodriguez. They wanted £45 million for him and they rejected our £10 million offer, which is kind of acceptable. Gareth Bale, we've put an inquiry in for him, and Paulo Dybala as well. We've put an offer in for him, who apparently plays for Zebri, which is what Juventus are called on Football Manager. I've not downloaded any of the name-changing things yet. I've not downloaded any of the kits or the badges. I don't do that for the beta because I'd rather wait until the game is out and it's actually a full, stable game before I start putting mods and add-ons onto different things. So for now, Juventus are called Zebri, but that's not really going to affect us. In terms of attackers, I've put a bid in for a guy called Lincoln. He's not good, but he's called Lincoln, and I'm from Lincoln, and I love Lincoln, and I support Lincoln City, and he's called Lincoln, so why would I not bid for him? So that's kind of the logic behind that one. Yeah, it's not the best, is it? But that's what we've gone for. So hopefully we'll have some progress with those players over the course of today's episode. First of all, though, we have our first press conference. Now, I don't normally do press conferences, so don't expect many more after this one. But considering it's the first one, I think we should probably go for it. So let's attend this press conference, and a nice little backdrop to it now. This is quite new, this backdrop, which is quite cool. Hi Tom, what are your initial thoughts on taking the Man United job? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm very excited. It's a great club and I can't wait to get stuck in. That's a good answer to get the ball rolling. What attracted you to Manchester United? How do I say the £130,000 per week contract? That's not an option, which is a little bit of an annoying one. So what I'm going to say is they're a massive club that would appeal to anyone. They're built for success, and that's what we want to try and achieve. We want to get success in this save. Do you have any reservations about taking the job? Well, I do a little bit because Ashley Young's playing at the squad. We tried to get rid of him, but he didn't want to go. So that's my slight reservation, but that doesn't seem to be an option. So we can add additional comments. I've never done this. Let's add an additional comment. I've typed wrong already. I'd like to get rid of Young. He's a liability. There we go. That seems good. And we'll also say I jumped at the chance. It's not every day you get an opportunity to come to a club like Manchester United. So there we go. That's my comment on that one. Your playing career was a huge success at this sort of level, but management is a new challenge. Was my playing career successful? I mean, I've only put it on like automatic, so I assume it probably means I'm an international footballer. That's probably what it assumes that I've played at. So I feel like it's a great knowledge to have and I'll be put to a test. I don't know, that makes sense to me. Does this squad have the necessary quality for you to achieve your targets? I tell you what, I have an inherent level of trust in their collective abilities and look forward to finding how far they can take us in the short term. So that will make the players happy that are already here, but it also means that I will be bringing in my own players, obviously, that I want to bring in. So that's kind of going to keep people happy, I think. How far can he take the club? I tell you what I'm going to say is we're going to aim high. We're going to aim high and win the Premier League at some point, maybe. What are the pressures that come with trying to combine short-term success and successful long-term ambitions? It can be hard not to become fixated on the long-term and forget that you need to put... Bleh. I don't care at this point. I just want to get this... Right, let's... Oh, can we... Storming out. I've just stormed out after whatever question that was. Stormed out. I couldn't be arsed with that anymore. Sporting have accepted it. Did we bid £62 million? I must have done it by accident. So Bruno Fernandes, £62 million. Let's... I mean, I can't really do much with that now, can I? I've got to respond to that as I've lost my cool as I leave the club, leave the press conference. It's not leave the club. I mean, I might leave my cool if I leave the club, but I left the press conference there angrily. I'm now angry that Bruno Fernandes is going to be... I don't want to pay... No, we're walking away from Bruno Fernandes for £62 million. I didn't want to pay that much money. Lincoln's offer has been rejected as well. You hate to see that. Bump that up a little bit. 3.5 million. Let's go. £107 million for Dybala. I think we'll be rejecting that one off the bat as well. Ajax want £37 million for Ziyech, or Ziyech, how he meant to say it. So, he's obviously not got a £25 million release clause in there. We'll offer 37 though. £37 million seems like a good deal to me. So we'll accept those demands because he is a very, very good, well, I thought very good player. According to this, I don't think he is very good. They only rate him as much as Jesse Lingard, and that's, well, if you're only being rated as much as Jesse Lingard, it's a bit upsetting really, isn't it? Real Madrid have dismissed my inquiry about Bale, though. And that's an issue, because I wanted to sign Gareth Bale. So we'll put a bid in anyway, of what's he worth? £75 million. We'll put that in. £75 million. We'll offer that. Oh, and now Ziyech doesn't want to join Manchester United. I mean, it's understandable. It's understandable. Why would he want to go from one of the biggest teams in Europe, who are in the Champions League, to join United? I mean, it's fair play, lad. So those initial transfers haven't gone too well, have they? As Everton want Rojo on loan. No, we're going to say no to getting rid of players at the moment because I think we might need them. Whereas Real Madrid now want £139 million for Gareth Bale. I'm going to accept that because I want to sign Gareth Bale. I want to make a statement. We're going to try and sign Gareth Bale, although who is this guy? 4-star current ability, Fernando or Federico, and I'm not going to try and pronounce his surname, but he's got 4-star current ability on that right-hand side. Better than Lingard. Hold the front door on Gareth Bale, because we're going to put a bid in for Federico, whatever he's called. Let's put this in. And now Rojo is crossing me because I've stopped him going to Everton. It's because I want you at the club, mate. Calm down, right. I'm disappointed you blocked my transfer to Everton. Well, I thought it was a loan move, not a transfer, but, well, it's a similar sort of thing. Right, how do I tell him that I want him in the club? I've made my decision, I don't want to lose you. What's he going to do to keep you here? There's nothing that will change my mind. My heart is set on leaving. Okay, well, go then. See if I can. Off you go, mate. I swear that was a loan deal, though. It was a loan deal. It wasn't even like a transfer deal. I don't know why he doesn't want to play for... I mean, maybe that's a bug. This is obviously a beta. There are bugs in the game still, so perhaps that could be one of the bugs. And this must be a bug as well, because Bale doesn't want to join Bale doesn't want to join Manchester United. Oh, this could be quite a long first pre-season. Right, Rojo is valued at £20 million. Let's offer him to... I clicked the wrong thing there. Let's offer him to clubs then for... this is all a bit new, isn't it? This screen looks a bit different. Let's offer him out for £20 million then and see if anyone bites on that. You love to see it. Finally, a player is willing to discuss terms with us for contracts, which is fantastic. So, Federico Berdonecci. I mean, I'm just going to not try and pronounce it. Okay, he wants to come in, and the playing time, he wants to be an important player with around 135 to 175k per week, which sounds good to me. So let's start the negotiation. Now, this is different. and it's trying to get me to do some sort of tutorial, which I am going to not do because I am going to be handling this, and I know what I'm doing, he says. So initially then, it looks like playing time is important player. That's what we can do right now. Can we get to contract terms? They're obviously just promises right now. So contract start date immediate. So yeah, basically when the transfer's done, he comes and he plays for us. He's going to be an important player for us. Okay, that's good. He's also very interested in negotiating with Bayern, but not so much Tottenham. I don't know if these clubs are actually bid for him or not, but that may be slightly interesting. I like this as well. It tells us what kind of players we've got in the squad already. So 2-star players, 1 important player, 9 regular starters, 7 squad players. Interesting. So he'll come in as an important player to one of the top 4 players in the squad. I think he could be worth that, to be fair. So let's finalise those promises and now negotiate the contract. So a 5-year contract, that's fine. I'll be long gone before that's finished. Wage of £165,000 per week. Let's take this down to 140. Signing on fee, that has to go down to about, let's make it 6 million. And agent fee has got to go down to be in line with 10% of the wage, apparently. So that's 1.46. That's okay, that looks all right. I'll tell you what, we're going to leave those bonus clauses alone for now. We'll get rid of unused substitute fee because I hate that one. That's really annoying. Let's leave it like that. Suggest those terms. He wants a bit more money per week. 150. There we go. Signing on fee's got to go down to 7.5. He's happy with that. All right, finalise that deal. Exit the talk. Federico is joining the club. Maybe. Hopefully. Now, we've got our first game coming up against Legia Warsaw, which is pretty exciting, actually. But this is a new screen. And the board are now sort of being a bit more proactive, or the backroom staff, I should say, are being a bit more proactive, suggesting who should play. And this is the team they're suggesting, which actually we saw last episode as the team that was suggested to us as like the best 11. So I reckon we use suggested squad. I reckon we just go for it, use that. In terms of tactics, I've gone for one of the preset builds that the game gives you. And it was sort of suggested for Man United anyway. It's a tiki-taka style, and we're going for the 4-2-3-1 formation, which I think should be working okay. I think that's a decent formation to go for. Obviously, the suggested squad that we just saw on the news article has been imported into this, so fantastic. I've had to do nothing so far. You love to see it. But I think going forward as well, we do want a bit more of the counter-attacking formation as well for some particular games. So we'll go to create a new tactic, and these thumbs seem to suggest that it's a good style for the club. So I think we're going to go for a fluid counter-attacking style, which works well for me. I think we might need to use that against some of the bigger sides in like the cup competitions and Europa League, that is. Choose a formation. Well, the thumb has also been put up for 5-3-2 wing-back formation. And again, I'm more than happy to go for that. So we've got 2 formations set up where I've done nothing. You love to see it. And very quickly, all of a sudden, we're now playing away to Legia Warsaw. So that team that we saw a minute ago, De Gea in goal with a backline of Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof and Young, Pogba and McTominay in the middle, Rashford, Matala, Lingard and Martial. That is going to be the starting line. We'll rotate things around. Young has got to go at some point. Have we got another right back, by the way? Wan-Bissaka is on holiday right now, so he'll come in and replace Young. That's absolutely fine at some points. Dalot as well. Dalot can play there, so Young will go soon. Don't worry. He's just been selected this first game because I was told to select him, basically. But there we go. We're going to get a look at our first look at the new match engine for FM20. We'll play this game in 3D. Usually I go for the 2D, but we will play this one in 3D just to appease you 3D player and fans out there, and also to get a look at some of the new sort of graphics and the new animations and things like that. So kickoff is upon us. I've just made a few changes to how I want to see the game. So we're in a bit more of a TV cam review now to see what's going on this. So, Football Manager, let me know in the comment section how you're getting on in your beta saves as well. I'm very interested to know how you guys are getting on. Leave a comment telling me how you are doing, as we've scored a goal early on. Anthony Martial gets on the end of a Juan Mata corner. And as you can see here, the corner goes into the far post. Martial unmarked completely. And that is the first goal we have scored in Football Manager 2020. And it's a beauty. And actually, I'm quite pleased with that. I don't think we scored from any corners really in FM19. So it's good to see that we're getting a goal from a corner there. That is pretty exciting. I'm also quite impressed that we've been given like a whole side of the stadium there as De Gea makes a very good save. This is going a bit too fast for my liking, actually. Let's slow this down a little bit for the game. As I was saying, yeah, look at this. We've been given pretty much a whole side of the stadium for a friendly, and it's sold out. Is that impressive? That is quite impressive, actually, isn't it? That's very impressive. Also seeing, I don't know if you can see it when you're watching, but there's quite a few dark marks on the pitch. Now, I don't know if that's trying to simulate whether the turf is being sort of ripped up by the boots and things like that. Because right now, it just sort of looks like some black splodges, which doesn't look brilliant on my screen right now. But that's at least a change in the match engine. I won't say it's an improvement yet, because I'm yet to see if that's actually a feature or not, as we've given the ball away cheaply, and Legia Warsaw have nearly scored there. I've now made the match engine too slow as well, so I need to just sort of bring it into the middle there. That's kind of what I'm happy with. Right. Another highlight now, a throw-in for us, Ashley Young, who needs to come off the pitch very soon because I don't want him on there. Plays it to Pogba, into Mata. Mata across to Luke Shaw, who heads it into Rashford. Rashford on the spin into Martial, and it's another fantastic goal. If we can play like this in the Premier League, we could win it. I reckon we could win it this season. Another free kick for us now as Pogba gets something. I mean, that's fantastic. We've had 3 goals in the first half, quick succession. 2 of them from set pieces. Well, 3 of them actually, because the second one came from a throw-in almost. But a great header there from Paul Pogba, using his height. Hands on his hip celebration. Is that something we can get behind? I'm not entirely sure. Good shadows here from the roof of the stadium. That looks a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? Again, it's a beta. These kind of things are to be expected, as our attacks looked really good, but our defences looked very weak as well, because they've got through too many times, Legia Warsaw, and we've had to rescue it a bit. Either way, we are 3-0 up at half-time, which is very good news. So start the second half. If we can just see this one out, I'll be over the moon. Man United coming forward once again then. Lingard on the ball. Another player that I kind of want to replace. This new Federico guy will come in to replace Lingard, and I think that will be a revelation for all Manchester United fans. I think everyone will be quite a big fan of that, as Young gets on the ball after Luke Shaw puts it across to him. Ashley Young into Jesse Lingard. 2 players who I have basically just complained about for the past 2 episodes. They've combined to score a goal there, so perhaps I've been a bit quick to judge those 2 players, maybe. But then again, thinking about it, no, I'm not. I want them out the squad quick, ASAP. I might even sell Lingard as well. That's the thing. I just don't want them at the club. Right, we are going to make some changes. I do want to bring Diego Dalot on for Ashley Young in that position. I want to bring Mason Greenwood on as a striker. He had a very good pre-season in real life, so he's going to come on and show what he can do. Daniel James for Rashford on that left-hand side. He's a player that I think could be very good in future, but I remember when United signed him in real life and they signed Daniel James, and I was a bit like, who? Like, that's kind of how far United has slipped in recent years to be signing players like him. Tunzabe is going to come on for Lindolf there as well. I think they're the changes that we're going to make for this one, as we've got a highlight just before the substitutes come on. It looked like a great chance for it to score, but it hasn't gone in the back of the net because Ashley Young was offside. It said down there, Ashley Young was offside. Daniel James on the ball, the substitute, getting his first chance, and he's impressed me there. That was a very accurate pass. It was just accurate to the wrong team, and they've hit the post, and we have been very lucky. I've got to say, very lucky that Legia Warsaw haven't scored a goal or capitalised. They've scored a goal now, and they deserve it, definitely. Definitely deserve it. They should have had a few more goals. I mean, our defence today, it has been woeful. I won't lie to you. That's something I need to work on and probably sign a few defenders rather than trying to sign Bale for £139 million. We should probably try and sign PK. I don't know why he was the first defender that came into my head, because he's not even that good anymore, but PK could sign for us. And there's no warning now. No warning that the game is finished. No closing highlights. That just very quickly went to that. I'm not sure if I like that or not. Maybe it's just a bug. I don't know. But we've won it 4-1, which is fantastic. A 4-1 win over Legia Warsaw in my first friendly. I think we can be happy with that. Although defensively, we were poor. Good news though, Jesse Lingard is injured for 3 to 8 days, so he won't have any part to play in any upcoming games over the next week or so, which is fantastic. But now we've still got the ball rolling. You've seen some tactics. You have seen how I've tried to sign some players and sort of failed in a lot of them. And you've seen us beat Legia Warsaw 4-1. I'm going to go and play the rest of pre-season, and next time I will come back for the Brighton game, which should be good fun. So look forward to that one. I am buzzing to get this season going. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you've liked it, please do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And I'll be seeing you next time for the Brighton game, next episode. Let's get the season up and running and win a Premier League. Have a good one. Goodbye.